Happy New Year, everyone! So I'm probably gonna say Happy New Year the whole week, but Happy New Year once again. It is 2021. I hope your 2021 is treating you well so far. But in today's video, I am gonna talk about how to be an au pair in 2022. I have some notes, obviously, and also the pandemic is still around. So like when I was an au pair in 2019, when I did the whole application, it was a bit different. So in this video, I'm just gonna guide you for 2022. And I know some people, like I've been getting some DMs where people were like, is it too late to become an au pair? Like, do you think it's advisable to become an au pair right now during the pandemic and that whole thing? So in today's video, I'm actually gonna cover it because I have a video, I think in 2019 or early 2020, I did a video on how to become an au pair then. I will put the link on the screen and a picture somewhere here for you guys. But this video is specifically for 2022 and it's like a more updated one in a way. Also, it's super cold here in my basement, so I have like a whole coat on. I know I look weird. You guys are probably like, why? Look at you. You guys are probably like, why is this girl wearing a coat in the house? But anyway, so let me get my notes because I do have notes. I don't want to forget the juicy bits. That's why I always have notes. So let's see, where am I? So first of all, I just want to say, because I spoke about it a bit, based, some people are asking me if it's too late to become an au pair. I don't think it's too late. I don't think it'll ever be too late to become an au pair, to be honest. And so just get that out of your head. There's still time. It's a new year, starting over. If you want to come this year, this is a perfect time. That's why I decided to release this video right now. Let's get into the video. So advice number one, decide, is it advice or points? Let's say point number one, decide when you want to come an au pair. I would always say, like in the beginning of the year, plan and be like, when do I want to be in America? So if you want to be in America by June, around summertime, which is June, I would say start your application right now. But if you're like, oh, I still want to be in South Africa for a bit, maybe 6 months, so I would like to only be in America in December, then you still have time. Like, do not even stress. You still have time. However, I do want to tell you that because it's COVID, there's an extra step you have to do, which is you have to apply for the NIE, which is like an emergency visa situation right now. And so not even an emergency visa, it's like a form that has to go with your visa, basically showing that your host family kind of needs to have an au pair, that kind of situation. So just take all that into consideration because it's still COVID and there might be like restrictions from other countries coming, from you coming into other countries. So that could be a massive problem. So like if you calculate timeline, if you want to go to the country, let's say, let's put a date to it. Let's say you want to be in September, you want to be in the country where you want to au pair. I would say around maybe like May, June, I would say start your process, like start contacting agencies, and this is where you come back to this video and they'll give you a step by step. Okay. Number two, choose which country you want to go to. So you can au pair in New Zealand, you can au pair in Australia, you can au pair in London, you can au pair in Paris, you can au pair in like a lot of countries. And so choose which country you want to go to, because I know a lot of people here au pair in America, but that's not the only country you can au pair in. There's a lot of options. Do your pros and cons. See which country other au pairs prefer, which countries they like, which countries offer more money, which countries offer less money. What are you trying to get out of it? So I would say for number two is look for the country you want to au pair in. Number three bounces off look for the country you want to au pair in, but this is what agency you want to go with. I actually have a video where I did like 10 legit agencies for people, and most of them cover around the world. I'll put the link here and in the description so you guys can watch that one. That way you guys don't get scammed, because I'm just like, scamming people, no. Figure out which agency you want to go with. For example, some agencies, au pairs go with them because they really don't, the George is running away. They really don't care about having whether you have a LCC, whether you have an LTC close by or not. Some of them just want to get out of their country. So if you just want to like get out of your country and go au pair in one of the countries, then, and you don't care about the agency being a good agency, then fine. But if you care about having an agency that's good, you want to build like a relationship with the LCC, or you also want an agency where if something happens to you, you're able to still feel safe and secure, then I would say go through all the agencies. Don't just choose one super fast. I would always advise people to like just look at the agency, look up like their social media, or like if you see somebody or you know somebody who's gone with that agency, reach out to them and be like, hey, I saw you went with this agency, like how are they, would you recommend me going with them, and all that stuff. So do research. And I would say if you still feel like you want a few more months before you start your process, while you're waiting to start your process or while you're still deciding, I would say just do some research on which agency you want to go with, which agency is in your town, how are you going to get to them if they're not in your town. It's small things like that that would help you in the long run. Once you've become sure of which agency you want to go with, I would say contact them, and then usually they send you a brief like envelope explaining the agency, the rules, and like what's required and the whole process. But you don't have to start straight away. They just send you like a pamphlet or a hamper just so you get a feel of what the agency is about and how much you're looking at spending. Number 4, if you're sure like this is going on top of like, yes, you have your agency, you know when you want to be in the country you want to be in, I would say start gathering all your paperwork. So number 4 is start gathering all your paperwork. So like get your driver's license, because they're going to want a copy of your driver's license, your matric certificate, your childcare reference, your character reference, all these things that show that yes, you are a legit legal person, your paperwork. I would say start gathering all that paperwork, so when you do, like when the person that's helping you comes and says, hey, I need this from you, you already have it. You just come to them and you're like, this is my folder, what do you need from this? And then you can just take it out and just give it to them. That will save you a lot of time, whereas going back and forth, make copies of your ID passport, copies of your passport, like just everything that's well, I don't know why I have inverted commas. Everything that's a government approved document. That way you know for sure. Oh, and do your pictures. Also record your video if you're 101% sure. Once again, I also have a video on how to record. I also have a video on how to record a video for your host family. I will put that link in the description also, or I will put it on the screen. There'll be like a link on the screen too. So yeah. And my last point, which is number 5, prepare for the interview process. And what do I mean by prepare for the interview process? Try to figure out like, okay, because families are going to reach out to you and say they'd like to speak to you, and they'll give you a time. Don't be like, I don't know which one works for you. Try to figure out like during your day, especially I know a lot of people are usually working or studying. And so look at like, okay, when do I have time to do interviews with host families? And then also be like, where you're going to have the interviews, because you also don't want a messy background. And how you're going to do the interviews. Do you need to download Zoom? Do you need to download Skype? Do you need to create a Skype account? Do you need to create a Zoom account? Or like nowadays, so when I applied, I needed to have a Skype account, and they gave my Skype, I had to give my host family my Skype username or something like that. Whereas nowadays I've heard host families just prefer FaceTime with one another, or they will just video WhatsApp call one another, or create a Zoom meeting. So with stuff like that, where it's like, just be prepared that, okay, I am gonna call. If you're doing it on your phone, maybe have a place where you can set your phone up, even if it's a cup behind, and you can just lay your phone neatly. That way they can see you at least like from year to year, and you're not holding the phone like this the whole time, and your arm is getting sore. That way they can see like you fully, and you can have a full conversation, and you can be engaged. Whereas if you're like this the whole time, hi, how are you? Hi, it's like you're gonna get tired. And also you just want to be presentable. I'm not saying come like dress like you're going to interview, like don't overdress. That's why I recommend watching that video that I have out there, because I go into detail explaining like what you can wear, what to expect, that kind of stuff. But just come as yourself, casual, have your hair back neatly, brush your teeth, obviously, you know, like just look decent, just look like, you know, but don't come like suit tie and all, because you're gonna be overdressed. This is like the last thing, but it's not even like a point or anything. Just have fun with the process, because I feel like sometimes people, it gets into their head and they panic a lot. So sometimes a host family doesn't contact you only till after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, and you panic and you're like, my profile's been live for so long, but you start panicking, nobody wants me. don't do that, because once the first person likes you, you're gonna want to take them. Just relax and let it play out on its own, and then just have fun, just prepare, because as you're preparing your paperwork and you're preparing each step, it's you getting closer and closer to becoming an au pair, number one. Number two, it's also becoming more surreal. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm actually doing this, I'm actually doing this, I'm actually doing this. Whereas if you're panicking and you just relax, have fun, enjoy the process, and also just enjoy having your family still around, like your family back home. Enjoy hanging out with them, try and make more memories, that kind of stuff. But I wish you all the best. Comment below and tell me if you're considering applying to be an au pair this year. I would love to help you. If you have any more questions, come in the comments, ask me your questions, and I will definitely answer you if I have the answer. If I don't, I will find it from my LTC or somebody else who has the answer, and I'll come back to the comment section. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And once again, happy New Year's!